What's up, legends? So we're fitting some lowered springs in this VZ today, and then he also wants us to give it a check over while it's here. So yeah, first thing we'll do, we'll get it on the hoist, give it a check over, and then send him a list of anything that it needs, and then that way when we're doing the suspension, if there's other little bits that we can do at the same time, we will. I've also got I think it's a VF Clubby, or it might be a VF GDS, can't remember, but there's a VF HSV of some sort coming in today to get the rear guards rolled. He had some big tyres on it, wouldn't fit, so he sent them back and got some different tyres, still doesn't fit. Unfortunately, it's rubbed the paint off his guards and mucked his guards up, so yeah, it's a bit of a shame because it's a really nice car by the looks of what I've seen. But yeah, we're going to roll the guards so that he can actually at least roll around with the wheels that he's bought on his car. So anyway, we'll get stuck into this, and at some point I'll have to transition between the two. Yeah, anyway, let's get into it. Alright, let's have a look over this car. Got some new bushes in the front end. Engine mounts look like they've been done at some point. The brakes, discs have been replaced, but must have been a while ago. Yeah, it needs new. Probably not going to be able to see this, but these bushes are starting to split. Those will need to be replaced, you know, lower control arm. Looks like maybe the steering rack's starting to leak, but nothing bad. Floor pan's in good condition. Oh, we've got a leak out of the transmission. Oh yeah, rear extension housing seal. Tail shaft's in good nick. The rear tail shaft bush is just starting to split, but at the moment it's okay. It's got new rear shocks in it. It's a pity that they're standard height ones, but anyway, could use some rear sway bar links. I mean, checking it over for all the normal Commodore stuff, it's actually pretty good nick, you know. A few little bits and pieces that need to be tidied up, but nothing urgent. Probably the most urgent would be that rear extension housing seal. Yeah, rather than that, the car's actually in good nick. It's a good honest car. Hasn't had a hit in the front or anything like that. So, no, I think he's done well. Alright, so couple tricks when you're removing the rear springs on a VT to VZ. Probably the same with any IRS really set up like this. Obviously always disconnect the shock. I'll actually usually pop out the axle. So the stub axle, you just get a pry bar in there and just jimmy it a little bit. I'll try and get a clip of that when I do the other side so I can show you what I mean. Yeah, I just pop the stub axle out so that allows the control arm to go down lower. Just helps the spring fall out because obviously the standard spring is quite big. And then I strap the coil spring to the axle, because in that way when you pop it out, it doesn't go shooting off anywhere. Because the problem is these things can jump out, and it could jump up and dent the car, or jump across and dent the toolbox, or knock the camera over or something. So yeah, I like to just strap it to the thinger, and that way, because you're going to get a jimmy bar, pry bar, whatever you've got. I've got a big pry bar, and then yeah, pop the spring out in place, and then we can get the other spring and start reassembly. I'll hopefully be able to try and capture this thing. And the strap doesn't need to be tight. In fact, you probably want it loose because you're about to jimmy something. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, boom. And then that way, let's just caught that spring. It's not going to shoot off. If I had done that without strapping that spring, that would have just shot at me or shot somewhere. And it's just never fun. Remy's little tech tips. Yeah, now you can just undo that strap. Now you'll need these, so take them back out. Yeah. And you just do up your shocker bolt. Usually it's good to start those shocker bolts by hand because it's super easy to do cross thread. And then pop the stub axle back in, which you just wiggle it and it'll just clip. It's got a little circlip on it. But anyway, I'll try and get a clip of popping that stub axle out. It's pretty dark in here because it's 5 o'clock in the morning. But yeah, I'm actually pretty happy about that. The shocks he's got in there, maybe it had lowered shocks in it. Because it seems weird, but the springs are captive, which is ideal. That's what you want. We aren't lowering this a heap, so yeah, anyway.
short to play it on speed run. Only get one, no option to rerun. With Babylon goes too high to reach them. Down to earth, stay grinding when storms come. Rat race, only one to run from. Better say cheese, but saying split in the funds. Living in the moment, I ain't worried about none. I'm straight chillin'.
This HSV we're having today has an issue with the guards cutting into the tyres. Unfortunately, whoever owned this car before this bloke has gone and cut the actual guard. I'll show you some clips of it in a second. Which makes it incredibly hard because it's like usually you would fold the lip around and then you can fold it out, but now you're just working with whatever's left. Also, the issue is, sorry about my voice too, by the way, it's still made in, but also the issue is your car is, the panels are joined factory along here, so by cutting the guard you are weakening the structure of the car. It's not ideal, but obviously this bloke didn't do it. This is how he got the car. Yeah, and it's, you know, it's stuffed up the paint a bit. It makes it really tricky. Anyway, so now I've got to try and see what I can do with this to see if we can get him driving around at the height that it's currently set at. Fairly confident I can move the guard out. The problem that I'm facing with him is that he doesn't want visually it to change how the car looks. So I've got to be careful that I don't flare the guard out too much. I showed him my Calais. He was happy with that. That's flared out maybe 5 degrees from factory or something. So we'll do this roughly the same, and then hopefully we can get a good finger gap, because at the moment you can get your finger in but it gets jammed up in spots. So yeah, we want to get a good finger gap the whole way around, and then hopefully you can drive with it this height. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, and I'm going to have to take my time, be patient with it. Anyway, let's get into it.
Against the wall, too acquainted with the feeling. Like you lost the mark, find a way if I'm willing. Only fear God, not sweating his lost children. Price on my head, exported a few trillion. Doing side missions, whatever I'm feeling. I'm built different, cruise with no ceiling. Sun shining on me, boy, I'm indifferent. Go! Come on, let's go. I don't know what comes next, but I couldn't care less. I refuse to feel stressed. There's no fear in my chest. Hit a boom with my steps. Walk away from the pain I've been through. This feeling I'm feeling is brand new. This is the moment I break through. I ain't really with it back forth. You can keep the hustle, homie. I can bear it all. Bull-headed in the market like you asked for. Then I saw you move the target like a matador. Come on. better ever after like Barrymore. Hold up, let me reset. Living in the matrix, used to sequence. I cracked the code, popped out the subnet. Walk around like I found a 20, that's a dubstep. Living in the moment, did you notice that ain't up yet? You can put the pressure on me, I ain't dropping one sweat. Used to be stressed hard, beating like a drum set. Breathe, stretch, let it go. Everybody need a refresh, go. Come on, let's go. I don't know what comes next, but I couldn't care less. I refuse to feel stress. There's no fear in my chest. Hit a pull for my steps. Walk away from the pain.
So it looks like the VF, I was able to get the clearance. I just took it for a quick run down the street. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be scrubbing at all. And it was scrubbing straight away. It was scrubbing for me moving it in the shop. But the guy said the road into here is really bad. It's actually a good test for if your car's going to scrub. So yeah, he said on the drive in here on that road it was scrubbing so bad. I just went up and down that road then, and it had no scrubbing at all. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. We could definitely get a little bit more clearance just to make sure that it's really, really good. But he doesn't want to flare out the guard too much, so I've just moved the back bumper bit out about 5 mil, which was incredibly hard to do, seeing as I've got nothing to work with. But having the guard cut does make it a lot harder. But yeah, so I've managed to get the clearance that I would typically get by folding a guard and then moving it out. But yeah, I was actually still able to fold that lip a little bit, which was crazy, considering there's only like 5 mil left. Yeah, I got it rolled where I could and didn't crack any paint or anything, so that was great. And then just the bit where it had been rubbing from where the guy cut it, and it was rubbing on the tyre and worn off the paint, I just touched that up for him. Yeah, I think it's a pretty good outcome. I think he'd be happy. He was about to give up and get different tyres, but obviously being a HSV and it's got a cam and stuff, you want as much tread as you can get on the ground. Yeah, it looks like he's going to be able to keep those tyres and also keep the height that he wants, because he could have raised it and that would have fixed the problem. But not everyone wants to raise their cars. I had a VE the other day. I think that video will already be out. That thing was on his balls. Yeah, but we ended up getting that to be fine once he got his new wheels, which we didn't have in that video. Once he got his new wheels, I had to touch up a little bit, so he come back 1.9 and we just rolled it a little bit more. But yeah, he's rolling around with it real low, so that's all sorted as well. But yeah, thanks for putting up with my annoying voice in this video. I nearly wasn't going to film it all today, just because I feel like shit and it hurts to talk, but it's a pretty cool car, and yeah, I thought, well, if I'm going to do this car, I'll do both cars. And yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.